Three, two, one. Stand by for the clock. Welcome back, everybody. It is episode 2 of the Mixed Cast. And I'm here again with Mochiarty. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. So, we're on podcast 2. We're touching base on what's been happening in this month of March. And right now, E3 and a lot of cancellations have happened, but mostly E3. Even though we already know why E3 got canceled, supposedly it was because of the coronavirus. But before that was even happening, this is the second year in a row that Sony is not showing up. And, I'm just thinking that, do we really need an E3 anymore?
My opinion is no. I'm just gonna say it straight up right now. Back in the day, yes, that makes sense because these companies, we didn't have the technology and the means back in the day when they first created E3 to showcase the games in one area and have people try it out. Nowadays, we have servers that can support betas, that can support alphas. We have remote access to just about anything. So there's really no need to go to one convention center and spread all the nasty germs, because we all know people are nasty, in one area, and it's just not practical anymore. Because these companies are spending so much money to get a booth, to showcase their games, to get models for their characters, to build statues, and it just doesn't make any more sense in terms of will they get a return on it? Of course, you're going to showcase the games, and of course, the big A titles are going to win above everything else. Yeah. I know indie games are becoming a bigger thing, but again, most of these things that you do at E3 can be done remotely. Everyone has internet access now. Well, mostly everyone. So they can showcase and try out the game. We have a beta version. There's no need for anybody to do anything. There's streaming services if you have developers that want to talk to people, or for people to communicate with the developers about concerns. We live in a new age now. So I don't think we need E3.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch.
It's fun.
Go for it.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's fun though. If you want to have people go somewhere, it's an event. It's an activity. It's fun.
I feel like with all these other conventions that are happening, E3 is kind of too late. Because, we have PAX East and PAX South before E3 happens, and they showcase a lot of stuff. Then Nintendo Direct showcases stuff before even E3 happens, so does Sony at the time. So it's by the time E3 comes around, we already have enough knowledge of what's happening.
Everything's old already.
Even with GDC that happens later on in the year, the only thing that GDC kind of shows is something updated to what we already know. So that's kind of cool, but E3 is stuck in that middle ground where it's you don't have nothing else really to show that we don't know already.
But GDC is mostly focused on the developers as opposed to the game itself. They have a majority of the developers come in and talk to the people.
Yeah.
Well, E3, I think, is kind of just showcasing the game and the basic functions. Marketing as opposed to the back end.
No, I agree, yeah, because... Well, that's what I'm saying. Even with the GDC, yeah, it's about the developers, but the developers are also giving out deeper information about the games that we're anticipating that we don't know. Yeah. That, like I said, an update to what we already know, and they just we're ooh, that's new. We didn't know about that. So yeah, it's you got the beginning, and then you got the end, and the middle ground is just nothing really update else. And yeah, E3 for the past couple of years has been just mediocre, especially since Sony hasn't been there.
Sony can do everything on their own. They probably realized this already.
Yeah, they want to save the money, which my friend was talking about, which makes a lot of sense. And you're right. Developers go to these events and they spend a lot of money, especially plane tickets and stuff like that.
Plane tickets, just renting the booth, merch.
And then again, for people like in my case who are news correspondents, we pay a lot to go to E3. A business ticket to go into E3 is over $1,000, and you don't even get full access to everything.
Yeah, and that price range does not make any sense for anybody anymore.
Yeah, it definitely makes no sense, especially flying out to California, which a plane ticket is expensive at that. Plus, getting a ticket to go in
hotel.
There. Yeah, hotel. Oh God, hotel. Especially for the days that you got to go there for. Prices go up when there's an event going around.
Yep, always.
So yeah, I'm just all the digital domain that's going on, everything is going digital these days, even physical copies of games. So I'm like, yo, I agree with Geoff Neely about that, who does the Game Awards, where he's not going because E3 has not evolved in years.
It hasn't.
And I agree with that. And I'm like, and that's the funny part, because back in the day for the PlayStation Underground disc, the demo disc that came with PlayStation, they did something unique for E3 for those that couldn't make it there. They had this was the beginning for me for the 360-degree camera. They had a robot that went around the E3 floor, and you can control it with your analog stick, and it had a 360-degree camera that you can look around, and you can actually control the robot. It was an interactive robot. It wasn't live, of course. It wasn't live, but still, you can control it, and I was like, that's dope. So they gave us an E3 experience with PlayStation Underground. I was like, wow. And a lot of people forgot that, and I'm trying to look for it on YouTube because I know somebody had to record that.
It's most likely somewhere if we dig deep enough.
And I was just like, yo, why didn't y'all just keep on evolving like that? Because I think E3 would have been still the bomb.
Probably because executives are only concerned about the bottom line and cut. Because we have to remember the video game industry is now like a corporation as opposed to what it used to be. So, I don't know. I just don't feel like conventions like this make any more sense unless it's just to gather people together to have fun. But if it's just like a marketing thing to showcase games, it doesn't make any more sense. The problem is, I know a few friends that work as video game developers, and they are affected by the GDC canceling. And they're contract workers. So now they have to figure out how they're going to get that money that they were already planning on getting from the GDC, and how to make up for that lost amount of income. Which is another thing we have to address. Because people nowadays are too busy blaming developers for not making the game up to par or blah, blah, blah. People are complaining and whining. I don't think people are understanding that there's a lot of money that goes and time that goes into these games.
No, that's definitely true. That people don't understand it. This is why on another spectrum, that's why I say that I'm always happy to hear when developers are either delaying a game. Well, that's just pretty much
make it better.
Yeah, when they delay a game, I'm happy. My wallet is happy. Because, like, oh, I don't have to stress about hurrying up to get this game right away. I'm like, thank God. Like, when Cyberpunk 2077 was about to come out, I think this month, and they delayed it for September, I was like, whew. Oh, that gives me time. That gives me more time. And other people's like, no, why? I'm like, dude, obviously something's not working, and they want to make sure it's better. Stop rushing shit.
Take your time. Be patient nowadays. Everyone wants everything now.
And then it goes into my oldest perspective, like, are you done with the other games that you got? I sound like a parent, and I sound like a boomer, but I don't give a fuck.
You're a boomer.
Are you done with the other? I don't know if you've done it, because that's the best thing about trophies these days. I can look into your system and see if you 100% that shit. And obviously, no, you did not. So how about you go back and finish that game before you ask for another one?
Maybe they can't.
Yeah, that's another problem. They can't. And because I know I got a whole backlog of games that I haven't finished yet. And I'm talking about predating PS1. So I'm not really rushing to get any other game, because back in the day, we didn't even get this many games.
No, we got like one game or 3 games every other year.
Like, there was a season, I remember, where games were not coming out. Like, summertime, there was no new releases of games. But now...
Only in August. End of August.
Yeah, end of August. Technically when summer was pretty much over, when we we're going back to school, new games were coming out.
Yep.
But now it's like games are coming out every single day.
Yep. And everything needs to be pumped out quick.
Yeah.
Like sequels need to be pumped out fast.
Like, who's rushing y'all? Like, I want to speak to these executive people and like, yo, don't rush them.
Because bottom lines, people at the top are running these corporations. They only care about bottom lines. And then people at the front who are playing the games are like, me. I want a new game. I want it now because it's new. So it's like a lose-lose situation.
Or they're like, I'm bored. I need something new right now to entertain myself. And then you bitch about it.
And they're like, this game sucks. This thing doesn't work.
It's stupid. I didn't make no sense.
Why doesn't this game work like the way I want to?
Brother.
Because you wanted it out in a month.
Exactly.
So
It's
I
not
don't know
as
what to tell
good
you.
as the sequel. I don't know. We need to go back. Like, no. You asked for this, enjoy it.
You want it now, this is what you get.
Exactly.
You have to sacrifice. There's no speed and quality at the same time. Know what I'm saying?
Even Miyamoto said that.
So
There's
you
a famous
gotta,
quote he said.
you have to be patient to get something of quality.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just how it
look at the
works.
first God of War game. That took them 3 years to make, and it came out beautifully. Same thing with the latest God of War. They took a long time to make that, and it came out beautiful. What happens when you get a rush game?
You get a lot of angry fans saying, "Why doesn't this game work?"
Yeah, screwed it up. What's wrong with you?
And this is why we live in a generation of complainers, because all these whiners are doing wonders to the industry.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
And it's not about standards either. People are like, but we're trying to set their standards high. No, you're not going to set anybody's standards high because you're only paying $50 for a game, which doesn't even pay a fucking hour for a developer. Thank you.
Look what happened when Mortal Kombat 11 came out. Y'all started bitching. Well, most. I'm not going to say everybody. Most bitching because the women in the game were not sexy.
How dare you not put them in bustiers?
Exactly. So they going by what XL and Mortal Kombat 9 had. They're like, why is Sonya not showing boobage? I'm like, she's more tactical now. You're not
Because
playing
you want
this game for the sexy.
you want your things hanging and wiggling around while you're fighting for your life. Cool, got it.
Exactly. And I'm like, so
How about you fight for your life with your dingleberries hanging out, huh?
I was like, how about this? Since you want to be fucked over by perverity or lewdness in the game, go play Dead or Alive 6 and cost you $1,000.
Yes, because those skins though.
Oh no, that's about the hair colors. That's $1 each.
Oh yes, everything now, right?
They
And
apologize
that new
for that.
character
That's
is
the funny
behind the
part.
paywall.
That's the funny part. They apologize for that. Oh, you apologize only for the hair color thing, huh?
But nothing else?
There's a lot you need to apologize for. Oh, it's not just a new character that's behind the pay gate. An old character is behind the pay gate. Tengu. She's behind the pay gate. But yeah, you can play her in the story mode, but you can't play her in the multiplayer.
Silly.
Yeah. So both season pass will cost you over $200.
Ugh.
And then the additional cost for all the costumes.
That's an expensive ass game, bros.
It makes no sense because Dead or Alive 5 alone will cost you over $1,000 just to get everything from that game. And I was like,
Yup.
when did DOA become so greedy? When did Tecmo become so greedy? I was like,
Because the bottom line from executives.
but why though? That doesn't make no sense whatsoever.
Because they know fans will pay.
The pervs will pay you me.
Yes.
Because technically Dead or Alive is now an OnlyFans service.
Yep.
Which is fun.
And-
It's the Patreon.
And you know, there's nothing wrong with it if you're into that kind of stuff. But again, when it comes to executives at the end of the day, they're looking for the bottom line. They're looking for numbers.
Yes, I agree.
They're looking for the maximum amount of profit to be gained to expand their business, quote unquote. More like to expand their own wallets because they need a new Maserati or something. But yeah, because as people's yearly income increases, they also have to increase their profit margin.
I wonder if there's a way. Do they make a type of statistics like they do with movies to see if they make a profit back? I wonder if they do that with video games because I want to see if Dead or Alive 6 is making any money back.
I think if you go to their, if it's available, I don't know if it's available if they're like on the Japanese website, because usually companies produce a quarterly report.
Because I'm not knocking in marketing because when they had, I think it was Evo Japan, where they was doing a showcase for Dead or Alive 6, they had 2 known Japanese porn stars promoting the game.
Yes. If you need to know like numbers and stuff, I think you just have to go into their quarterly reports.
Gotcha.
But if it's in Japanese, it's going to be very hard to read.
Not really. I can do it translate.
But, it's like a PDF and it's a whole lot. It's a mess.
Yeah, I know. But luckily I have a good writer that actually knows Japanese. And she could probably
read like college level Japanese.
She is.
Good. Get her to translate the stuff and just look at the numbers.
And she knows German. Or Russian. I think it's Russian.
So get her to translate the numbers.
Yeah. But yeah, and I was just like, I get it. So Yeah, I really catered this game to the sex appeal of those lewd gamers that like interested in that, because especially with the photo mode where you showed very intriguing positions when somebody got attacked and stuff like that. So I was like, ugh. And I like DOA. DOA as a whole to me was a great fighting game.
Same.
With the whole, I mean, yeah, I brought my PS4 over. You played the DOA 6,
Yes.
and it was beautiful. And I was just like, but you made it greedy. Why you do this?
Corporations and bottom lines, that's all.
I guess.
At the end of the day, everything is a business. You still have to pay your developer, you still have to pay staff and rent and products, and there's a lot of money that goes into it that a lot of the people, the gamers, don't think about.
Well, here's the thing that I'm thinking, because I don't like to complain too much on a lot of things without thinking about a solution. But I was like, how can we battle something like this though?
You can't unless it's on the government level, because usually governments, I believe, have specific mandates to increase revenue each year for each business, so the country as a whole expands.
I don't even think it should be that complicated, because I mean, as a whole, can us gamers band together and just like boycott the game until they figure out not to?
No.
So they'll still be financed somehow, huh?
They will still need to do it because at the end of the day, it's a corporation. You boycott all you want, it doesn't matter.
So we could boycott that game and nothing
does not matter. No, they'll go back maybe for a year, and then next year they'll do the same thing again and over again until people just finally accept that this is a corporation, this is a business, and this is how businesses are run.
The only reason why I say this because a lot of games have been changed because of the actions of gamers, like what happened to Battlefront, the Star Wars game, Battlefront 2.
Yeah, but they still do basically the same thing though.
No, it doesn't seem like they doing that whole microtransaction thing with the game now. They took that. It seems like they haven't gone back to that status.
They took it out, but EA is still not considering that
for all
game.
Their games, yeah.
Yeah, because they need profit margin. And again, gamers are forgetting that everything is a... And yeah, we don't live in the old world where it used to be either privately funded, they don't have nearly as stupid guidelines when it comes to businesses as they do now. The world has changed and people are not changing with it. People are just complaining about it. But they don't realize that the entire system is broken. Not even just saying the gaming industry, the world.
Jeez.
Like the business world, the capital world. Everything is broken. The government is broken. So you have to go all the way up. You can't just say, my little slice of pie is broken. What the hell? You don't realize that the entire fucking pie is broken. So you can't fix the system until you fix the very core of the problem, which is where the government stands. I don't want to get political because it gets real ugly, but this is the problem. Like people just see things on a very short-term thing. Like they see things that are within their circle, but they don't realize that there are other circles and factors affecting that area that you're in. And it's a lot, and it's daunting. The more you understand about that stuff, the more daunting it gets, and the saltier you get. But then you also accept it. So, but the difference is, do you accept it or do you fight it? Like you said, boycotting. You can boycott all you want, but at the end of the day, it does not change anything.
Well, that depressed me a little
bit. Well, this is how I live my life.
Jesus.
You get used to it once you understand.
Come on.
But this is the truth, though. I don't want to give people a false sense of
It's not even about giving a false sense of hope or anything like that. I mean, there has to... I mean, I already got this whole impression that this world is already run by villains.
There's no way, though. You have to go deeper. Because how do these businesses function? Like, who do they report to? Like I said, annual, quarterly reports. Where do those go to? The IRS. Where does that go to? Because you have to go all the way up.
Yeah, because it's weird when you find out certain things that were pretty much criminal or shadily done later on. As, for example, just to go off sidetrack a little bit, like, you heard what happened with the Monopoly game, right?
No.
Well, you remember the Monopoly game from McDonald's, right?
Yes, the get the stupid fry thingy stickers, right?
Apparently, it has been rigged this whole time.
Duh.
Because the mafia was controlling it.
Really? Where the hell did this go? I need news sources.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get you something. But yeah, that's pretty much the story that's been going on, that the mafia...
I need facts here. I don't need lies.
Okay, calm down, please.
I need facts, not conspiracies.
It's not a conspiracy thing. They was talking about it on the news. I'm surprised you didn't catch it.
Sometimes I like to live under a rock.
I guess.
I see too much. I don't want to see any more. I'm tired. I'm old.
Oh, please.
I just want to retire with Animal Crossing. Leave me alone. I want to make my cute little town and Old Tom Nook thousands and thousands of bells.
Well, it was 2018. I'm trying to sign something latest. Oh, yeah, here it is. February. This is from CNBC. So, yeah. They was getting people that they knew to win the money, and it was part of the mafia. And that all that money went to the mafia. So they kept on, like, stealing or, stealing the stickers and stuff like that so they could win the money. A lot of people cheat at board games, but few fraudsters can compare it to Jerome P. Jacobson's Monopoly scam that netted over $24 million, and that's in real money.
Wow.
Yeah. Details of how the scam worked. Jacobson, also known as Uncle Jerry, was one director of security for Simon Marketing in the 1990s. Simon made the game pieces used in McDonald's promotional contests, including Monopoly and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire games, where customers could win up to $1 million in prizes just by buying items like French fries or soda. It was Dixon's job to look after game pieces for McDonald's promotional events, making sure no employees pocketed any of the prizes themselves. But in the mid-90s, Jacobson figured out a way to rig the popular game so that the most lucrative winning game pieces would almost always find their way to people he knew.
Also, he just looked at the stickers before anything else.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people got Broadway and Park Place.
What a bastard.
It always bugged the hell out of me how me and my mom used to play, and we always got either one or the other, never both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And we always seeing somebody like, hey, they won. And I was like, oh. And every year that came around.
Honestly, I think during that time, I stopped eating McDonald's. And
when you was a kid?
No, during the Monopoly, like the big thing.
That's been out for years, though.
I don't eat McDonald's enough to even bother collecting that stuff.
Well, the thing is that it was a seasonal thing, so it wasn't like we was eating McDonald's.
Yeah, I know that. I just don't ever bothered.
Like, we only ate it like every Friday because that was the no cooking day.
Every Friday, I ate that shit like once a year.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's that was a no cooking day. And usually the time I was just in a McDonald's kick, I was just like, I want some nuggets.
We always had a cooking day. Usually, if it's a McDonald's day, is on the way home if I'm feeling like it, and I'm like, hey, McDonald's, and those fries smell good. That's usually what happens. I get distracted. And I'm like, oh, gotta go in there.
Friday, nobody cooks. We just go out and order something.
So if I go buy one and those fries are fresh and my ass is in there.
Yep. Me, it was all about the nuggets.
It's just freaking fries.
But yeah,
fries.
So that's what happened. And I was just like thinking like, damn, man, the industry is just all messed up. But the things that we have to deal with as gamers is just freaking crazy. Especially when it comes to, tournaments and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I just wish there was a way that I don't know. I'm not gonna say that there's not a way for us to fight it. It's just that I wish that most of us wasn't lazy enough to not fight.
Well, the problem is that it's like fighting a tsunami. You can't.
I don't believe that.
Okay, so have every single gamer drop their video games, go out people, and make sure people don't get corrupt. Good luck with that.
Look, I'm not saying. Look, I don't believe in the whole saying that because you're going on the lines that it's impossible.
It is impossible because I'm a realist.
No, it's not about being a realist. The thing is,
I'm a realist.
Then you don't believe in the impossible, then. Because
I am a realist.
Now, when it comes to improbability, then I believe that.
When it comes to the government and how this country is ran, it is impossible because we have people in there for X amount of time. And you don't even know what the hell these people are doing in the back end.
No, of course not. But I don't think it's impossible.
So it's impossible until things are changing. But the business practice will never change because the economy needs to grow. Do you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So if they say you have to do X amount this year, or your goal for this company is to increase revenue by X amount of percentage, that will be your goal. And every year it has to go up. If you go down, it just does not help anybody. Like, how are you going to give raises? How are you going to keep the company afloat? Rent goes up, expenses go up, nothing stops.
Yeah.
Has your rent ever gone down?
Depends.
No, has your rent ever? If you rent like outside anywhere else,
Yeah, it has gone down.
how much?
Depends on how much I was making at my job, so I lost still by.
Not moving. Like if you stay at the same place, has your
That's what
rent
I mean.
ever gone
When
down?
my income changed, and yeah, it went down by about like I remember I was paying 500 and dropped down to 3.
Okay, who was your landlord?
Housing authority.
Okay, that's different then.
Yeah.
If it's run by the government and you're getting assistance, it's different.
Yeah.
But if you're renting anywhere else, like standardly, your rent will never go down.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, luckily this year they kind of put a stop to all that crap that was going on with people trying to find a home. Like,
Yeah,
they can't charge
they're
you for
working on
brokerage. Well, it's not working on it. They actually passed the law that you can't charge anybody for brokerage.
You can't charge for the thing.
You
but
can't charge
you can...
2 months or like
Yeah.
a month before the month that crap. So
Yeah,
you can't
the
do that
first
no more.
and the last.
That is so ridiculous. I was never understood that ever in my life. Like, why am I
No.
paying for a month that I never lived here?
Well, it's like a security, I think.
Yeah, but no.
They call it as a security.
No,
but
see,
the
that's the
broker
weird
think it's a
thing.
fee.
No, that's
a
the
fee.
weird thing, though. Because you also got to they add the security deposit as well as you paying last month.
Right.
And
They just do it because in the event you don't pay for rent. Because in New York, you can live for 3 months without paying rent, at least,
yeah, you could be a squatter.
and not get kicked out.
Yeah, you could be a squatter.
Yeah. So they're taking, that's their form of insurance.
All right, back on subject. Let's go into a happy topic. Your
Happy
favorite,
topic.
Your favorite topic.
Animal Crossing.
Yes, your
Debt
favorite
Simulator.
topic. Oh, Jesus Christ. So yesterday, my friends
I
were
like-
online at the Nintendo store in Nintendo World in New York because the Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch came out. And I like how my friend was confused because I thought the game was come out to the 20th. I was like, this is the system. So I was like, they released the system. So now next week is the video game.
Woo!
How excited are you?
Woo!
Oh, God, Jesus.
Expect me to disappear.
Okay, explain to me this guy who doesn't really like The Sims or anything like that, and I consider Animal Crossing to be like The Sims. Why is it so good?
It's cute.
Because I'm seeing all shapes and sizes buying this game, even tough guys like me getting excited for Animal Crossing.
Listen, Animal Crossing is a staple from way back in the day when it came out. Okay?
That does not explain to me why it's good.
A lot of people found comfort in this game.
Why?
And it's also like it's cute because you're managing your own town.
Okay.
You get to build your town the way you want to. But even more so now with the new game.
Yeah,
You get
because
to
now you
interact
got an
with-
island, right?
Yeah, you get an island, but you can also build a lot. I think it's a lot more interactive. You could landscape things and change things around, terraform. Well, you get to terraform. Oh my
So
god!
it's going to be a lot bigger than the previous titles.
Oh yeah, I downloaded this game like on the Switch, and it's huge.
Wait, the demo's already
Huge.
out?
No, I downloaded the game for the purchase.
Oh! How big was it?
Huge.
Huge.
I forgot how many gigs it was. It was
Oh,
fucking
okay.
huge.
But it's fucking huge.
It just took me forever to download it.
So did you have to? Yeah, because that's the thing.
I was
I'm
like, thanks,
annoyed about.
Nintendo.
I'm like, Nintendo need to make a dock that has a LAN cord instead of Wi-Fi.
I'm like, thanks, Nintendo. It's gonna take me all day. Damn it.
Freaking Wi-Fi though. I'm glad I got FiOS though, because it ain't gonna take that long. But
But I was like, okay, this is cool. Huge ass game. That means a lot of content. So yeah, a lot of people found a lot of good personal experience with this game.
and this is the first
So I'm
one that's gonna be
saying-
online, right?
Yes.
Even
I mean,
the
you
handheld.
can
didn't have-
you can connect handheld like with your friends.
and you can interact with their world too. Or
Yeah, you can this time. You can bring them into your town. You can do stuff together. They can help you with
Right.
things. You can help them with things.
so
It's a lot more intuitive now.
Explain to me what New Horizons is gonna bring to the the Animal Crossing franchise that hasn't been done before.
So many things. Pole vaulting over the river because finding bridges to get across the side.
Okay.
You know what frustrates me the most? When I see a stupid floating balloon with a package and it just so happens to cross the goddamn river and I had to go all the way walk on the opposite side of the town to get across to that island so I can shoot that balloon.
So you can pole vault now.
Now you can just pole vault over that river, shoot the balloon down.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
So is there? Can I beat up somebody in this game?
Listen, there's no beating up anybody. Everybody lives in a happy place. The only person that beats your ass up is Tom Nook, okay?
Why is Tom Nook have so much
He's a
power?
hustler.
He's a hustler. He's a raccoon, right?
The trash panda. Trash panda taking your money.
And it's like
telling your bitch, upgrade your shit.
So you're forcibly upgrading. You have to pay him back. Like he does repairs and stuff like that to your house without you knowing.
He's like, hey, I went ahead and upgraded your place. I'm like, He's like, don't worry, you only owe me 300,000 bells. And you're like, oh, what?
Bells.
That's the currency.
Bells. Why am I thinking about hay?
Hay bells?
Like, bells of hay?
Hey?
Yeah, exactly. But, so is there a way to have enough fundage where he just like, when he comes up to you and like, yeah, you owe me 300 bells or 300,000 bells. And
he doesn't ask you to do it right away. He just pay it increments. He doesn't charge you interest either.
But I'm just meaning like, is there a grind system where you can have enough money for when he does something like that? He's just like, okay, here you go. And then
absolutely.
Oh, okay. But you have to be super smart to do that, right?
No, you can fish, you can catch bugs, and you can sell those things for money.
Yeah, because I got a little bit of an impression of what Animal Crossing is like because they had the mobile game that came out. And that was pretty cute. It was fun. Had people come over and you had little parties and stuff like that. Why is that one character, what's his name, Isabelle?
Isabelle!
Why is she so popular?
She's so cute!
And ladies and gentlemen, do not do a Google search for Isabelle.
Cute!
If you do, put your safe search on, for God's sakes. Put your safe search on.
Isabelle is so cute.
What is so hype about her?
She was like your personal assistant last game.
Oh.
She helped you create what do you call it? If you wanted to do construction for your town, you want to build a fountain or something. And she's like, I will help you do it. She's basically like trying to help you along to be a mayor of your town.
Ah, so she was just like like a personal assistant, but on a godlike level.
She was godlike level in Super Smash.
Especially with the Doom guy now, apparently. She got a shotgun now.
She has a fishing line of death.
God. So New Horizons comes out next week.
My body is ready.
Really? So
I'm so ready.
Assuming that I won't be seeing you on Overwatch anytime soon.
Listen, I'm going to finish the archive stuff real quick, and then when that Animal Crossing comes out,
Retiring, huh?
Until I get bored. It'll be a while.
So we will not see Ing for a long time.
No. You'll definitely see me, because I still need to get some aggression.
So, let me guess, when you're playing Overwatch, you're going to be thinking about Tom Nook.
I'm going to probably think about, what am I going to put in my tent?
Phrasing.
Or how am I gonna make that river look really cute around where I live?
Oh yeah, because I heard a lot of people do something creative with their garden bed and stuff like that.
You can also change the way your neighbors look. If you don't like an outfit they're wearing or a hairstyle or something, apparently you can get them to quote unquote be influenced to change.
Oh, this is definitely a God mode type game then.
They've definitely expanded a lot on the stuff you could do in this game as opposed to what you could do previously.
Well,
so you can change.
I'm hearing a lot of creative things that people can do, especially you say you can make different type of flowers with hybrids or something like that.
Oh, people go all out now. Like before, with all those old games, they used to go all out. People would make like pixelated pictures of Mario while using tulips. And I'm just like, yo, how do you do that?
I think that what they do is, that grid paper that we used to have in elementary school?
Yes, that's exactly what they would do. But it was so tedious back then, where you would have to place the stupid flower properly in this grid.
Yeah.
Individually until you get the size you want.
I think they usually just draw it out first and then they bring it to life in the 3DS.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't see the size of the thing until you zoom all the way up, and usually your camera zooms pretty in. Very tedious. But people are really into it. So that's fine. I'm a fan.
Nah, I get that. I might get it. Maybe. I'm lying, but I don't know.
I know you lying. I heard that tone in your voice.
It's not gonna be. I'm sorry. I'm a pro Magning type of gamer. I'm into the other type of. I'm not gonna knock a game that's peaceful. There's been a lot of games that were nice and peaceful that made me go, oh, that's sweet. Like I want to get that game Dreams for the PS4. where
What that?
oh, it's actually a pretty cool game where people can actually make games in it.
Ooh.
Like people actually made Wipeout. They made a version of Super Mario 64 on there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fully working games where developers are actually looking at people's creations and actually pick them up to make video games for them.
Ooh.
And that's what's been happening. I like creativity things like that helps those type of gamers to go beyond just being a gamer, and now they're making games. So Dreams is a new IP that came out for the PlayStation exclusive, and it's just miraculously showing how creative other gamers are being right now. Somebody did a remake of PT on there. Like a fully functional version of PT. I would definitely look it up. And you can actually download other people's games to play yourself, and you can vote on it and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. That actually brings the community together. It's nice. So I'm thinking about when I get my PS4 back, I might get that game and work on that and see if I can make something cool, like a beat 'em up or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, because I'm actually, well, I can't really talk about that fully, but I'm working on a project, and I think Dreams is a good starter kit. Just like how I tell people when they use the Share Factory on PS4 to use video editing, that's a good starting tool to teach you to get to my level of video editing. I'm not knocking it at all. I like that because I like to see how people create stuff on it. And the Share Factory tool is pretty nice on PS4. So I give people props for that. Yeah, I like how video games now are helping you become creative. And I like when developers do stuff like that. Since, I mean, for years, people are more content creators than ever before. And it's actually easier for you to become a content creator.
It opens doors for new talent.
It does, and I like to see the new talent out there express themselves. So I give props to everybody that just sits time and really breaks down games, because there's many times when you play a game and you just want to explore, go around, see what's what, how do they do this, how do they do that, and it's like it inspires you to do other stuff. And this is why I can understand why you like Animal Crossing, because there is a learning aspect from that game. It teaches you how to manage your money. And how to pay people back.
You gotta pay them back.
Which a lot of people need to learn in life. Pay them back so you don't have to worry about it later.
You gotta pay them back, people.
Pay them back. And this goes in, sadly, with student loans,
and you gotta
too.
take care of your town and be clean so you don't have roaches.
Yeah, it actually gives you a moral code to be kind to your neighbors. Which I think is nice.
Because they tell you to interact with your neighbors in the game. They tell you, you should talk to your neighbors. And then your neighbors also gifts.
A game?
Your neighbors will give you gifts from time to time. They'll be like, hey, I found this shirt. I thought it was really cute, and I got it for you. And even though it's like an AI, you're like, ah, that's so cute.
So a game that's played by introverts is teach you how to be an extrovert.
Yes, and that's a wonderful.
That is so wonderful. That is pretty. See, this is why you're a good person.
Ha! Have you been drinking? Who spiked your Kool-Aid?
Wow, that's kind of racist. Why I gotta be Kool-Aid?
Isn't that what the thing is? Spiked Kool-Aid?
Well, that's for cults.
Fruit punch?
That's cults, okay?
Oh. Yeah, I thought it was like a standard thing. All right, cool.
I'm actually drinking Dr. Pepper.
Who spiked the Dr. Pepper?
Jesus, nobody. I'm just like, nah, you're a good person. Don't knock yourself. Come on now. Don't even play that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this.
Anyways, episode. In Delusional World, we speak. Bye.
Yeah, that's going to be it for that episode. It got a little bit too weird at the end of that, but I'd like to thank you again, Mochiarty, for joining us to discuss some things about E3 and Animal Crossing. That's episode 2, everybody. So check back and please check out the previous episode, episode 1, where we touch base on the corona situation and everything like that. And be sure to check out our next video, or if you're listening on whatever, Spotify, SoundCloud, just follow, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Goodbye.